I don't know why the recording stopped. We're gonna find out here soon if it's because the camera's hot or what it is. I don't know. It just stopped on me. Makes me upset when that happens. I don't even understand. But anyways, as I was saying before, you could use any race in that scenario, and you have to wonder what is that about. If you look at anybody for their race and decide that they deserve something because of their race, and that they can't have understanding about something, or that they don't need explanation about something, or they're not allowed to speak about something in some way because they're a certain race and because their race has history doing something, then nobody can say anything at all. It's ridiculous. How many people own slaves? How many people still own slaves? Now. Which countries? Tell me the countries that have slaves now. Tell me them. Tell me which ones. Tell me if they're white peoples. Doesn't matter. White people are racist as fuck. Black people are racist as fuck. These people are racist as fuck. But to say those comments that I've just said is racist as fuck. Because white people are not that way. Black people are not that way. Brown people are not that way. Red people are not that way. Yellow people are not that way. People are not that way. Sometimes some people have pain and misunderstanding, ignorance and fear that cause them to act a certain way, irregardless of their race, irregardless of their religion, irregardless of their culture, of where they're from, of any of these things. And if you cannot see this, then you're racist, you're prejudiced, and you're a bigot. And that's okay. That's alright. We just have to find out who we are and take accountability for that and find out why. Oh wait, I do have this thing inside of me. Why? Okay, well it turns out that I'm afraid. I feel oppressed. I feel like this person has done something to me, and so it's born a seed of hate inside of me. And I don't want to let it go because I'm still afraid that this person will still think this. I used to tell people that people were not really racist all the time. I'd say, no, they're a product of their community, they're a product of the society, they're only doing this because of what is socially acceptable. I say you take the most racist white man, you put him into a bar full of black people, and you'll find a not racist white man. You'll find a man having a good time, talking with his buddies, until maybe a white man that he knows walks in. And now he's like, oh no, he's going to tell all my friends. I've been hanging out with all these people. We were having a good time, so now I don't really know what to do. And I don't want to offend these guys either, because they're my friends, and oh, this is a strange place that I'm in. Okay, guys, it's very good to see you. I have to go now, or however it is, you know. Maybe he decides, you know what, I'm a stupid idiot. I'm going to introduce my friend to my new friends. Hey, man, how's it going? I found some really good friends. And maybe his friends like, no. Or maybe his friend's like, okay, well, I really like my friend, and I guess I'm going to be pulled into this. I don't want to be rude. And then he goes over there, and it turns out that he's not really a racist man either, and they have a great time too. Who knows? You know? Or maybe there still is some kind of racism in there. Have you ever hung out with somebody and they got drunk or whatever they were doing, and then finally you get to hear their hate come out? I've heard this. I've heard this a lot. It's rare, actually, that I hear it from white people nowadays, but I'm not in the South, and I'm in a place called Hawaii. So you gotta imagine, most of the white people here are not racist people. One person I know is kind of crazy racist. He doesn't like Jewish people. Really interesting, and so I imagine he probably doesn't like a lot of people. And what does this really mean to me? That he doesn't like himself. He's ignorant, he doesn't understand, he's projecting all kinds of fears and experiences on these other people's, and it's really crazy and insane and hard to understand from my personal point of view, as I don't share those kinds of things in my experience. But I can understand that he is ignorant, definitely. He has not come to understand what I have come to understand. If he had understood what I've come to understand, then he would be very different, it's obvious. So what do? I do my best to help him. And I don't route him through all those other things quite yet. I mean, I could begin loving all these different parts of yourself. Begin having forgiveness for these other parts of yourself, understanding for these other parts of yourself. Begin loving all of yourself. This is a good first step. I have my own preference. I want people to move a little faster, so I'm like, okay, what can I do? But I have to remember the ground I was standing on. I had understood already, by the time that these experiences became possible, unconditional love for all beings in a certain sense. I had understood being a benefit to all beings in a certain sense. I had stopped wishing to harm myself in all kinds of ways. I had put myself last. You know, all the other beings were before me. This is important. No matter the being, no matter my fear, my lack of understanding, no matter what was going on with it, I was there. And there was plenty that I didn't understand. There was plenty that I just didn't know about. There was plenty of fears and all kinds of things, judgments, you know, but I had come to terms with all those things. And I'd come to a place of understanding that I must love them and have forgiveness of them. Through Christianity was one of the ways. Love thy neighbor, love thy enemy as thy friend. You know, I'd understood Jesus to be unconditional love and to be preaching unconditional love. This is how I read it from my own personal point of view. Some people read it differently, but this is how I personally read it. And I'm very fortunate to have been downtrodden so much in my life in all kinds of different areas to where I could understand this teaching in a really beautiful way. And so I'm very grateful for that. Really beautiful. Interesting. I heard somebody, but I don't know who. Oh, either way. Interesting. It's so loud, maybe it's up on the ridge above me. Possible. Anyhow, so I'd understood in a big way unconditional love. Christianity through Buddhism. You know, everybody wants your mother. I finally realized everybody was yourself. That's more what I was looking at it as anyway. And this is myself on a different path than me. This little mosquito. This is literally me. I finally came to realize that in Sequoia National Forest, that you could actually think of your own voice inside of somebody else's head, speaking the way that you speak, just from whatever point of experience they would have come to have whatever information they have, and that would be right. That would be correct. That is you, literally. And so, some people don't love themselves though, and a lot of people love their mother. So maybe it's easier to say everybody's been your mother or your father in a past life, and they literally have. Every single being, whether it's a bug, a bee, or however it is, and so I have compassion for them, you know, and I love them. See them, wish for their benefit. You know, how would you want your mother to be benefited? You would wish her to be liberated. How would you want your father to be benefited? You would wish them to be liberated. Maybe you don't like your mother or your father, then look at it as yourself. You know, hey, what would you want for yourself? You would want yourself to be liberated. You know, whoever it is that you love. That's why I said that, because I realized not everybody does love their mother or their father. Not everybody does love themselves. Maybe your dog, maybe your pet, maybe your bird. You know, everybody's been your bird. Everybody's been your pet, your loved one. Everybody's been your best friend. You know, everybody's been your biggest hero, and everybody's been your biggest enemy too. It's interesting. You know, they've all been everything for you, but they've all done it for you, and not against you, to show you, to lead you, to bring you to you in a really amazing and powerful way. So have gratitude, you know, if you want. I'm not telling you to do anything, but you could have gratitude, and it would be beautiful. If you could find it in your heart to be grateful, even if it doesn't make sense, that would be beautiful. It would be gorgeous, and it would be righteous and right and true, and nothing would be mad at you for it. It would help tremendously everything. These simple energies, these simple understandings in ourselves, they change the whole of it all. And it seems like, no. If I could diagram this for you, it's a beautiful sphere. This point feels this way, this point feels this way, this point feels this way. Well, when one of those tiny points of all these many quadrillions, multiplicity of points is billions, billions, and billions, and trillions, and trillions, and trillions, infinite amount of little dots inside of this, what you could see to be would be a sphere if I had my other hand connected, you know, or an egg, some kind of weird shape. All these little dots. It's tough to get a round one on there, isn't it? Tough to get a round one. Yeah. Something wrong with my thumb, I guess. It's not round. Anyways, we're picturing a sphere. And so all these little dots, tons of dots. And just one of those little dots changes. It changes the entire picture. The whole puzzle changes. So this one's feeling anger, this one's feeling sadness, this one's feeling happiness, this one's feeling transcendental kindness, you know. That's amazing, that one. The transcendental kindness, the unconditional love, the unconditional gratitude, the great bliss for all beings, being in equanimity, all of these things. And imagine that as every little dot changes to this, the whole picture changes to this gorgeous, amazing mosaic. And that's what we're doing here, you know? Because as you change, everything in your environment changes. And it's just so simple. Change your heart, you change your reality. Change your perception, you change everything entirely. It changes the moment that you change. I've noticed this in my own reality. I'm like, wow, how is this possible? How is it possible that everything would change this quickly, this suddenly, this amazingly? It is a phenomenal thing. But it does. It just takes the smallest change, the slightest frequency difference. And that's all it takes, my dear friend. Little Sarah, energy worker. Well, maybe I'll give her a hug next time. Anyways, so the smallest thing changes everything. Smallest thing. My little friend. We all need to work out more, okay? Maybe if you work out too much, you need to just keep at it, man. You're doing great. Love yourself. Well, yeah, it'd be good. It'd be good for us to be able to work out, work it through. Love all of you. So, you're racist, you're prejudiced, and you're a bigot. This just in, the truth of it all. You're a murderer, you're a thief, you're a liar, you're scum. Literally, scum, like bone scum. You're all of it. Try to save myself there. Don't feel too hurt. You're also the greatest, you're perfect, you're everything. And so are every one of these things. Am I saying that we need to continue the bigotry, that we need to continue the racism, that we need to continue the prejudice? I'm not saying that that's the case, but it's never going to end until we end it here first, within ourselves. So as long as you keep on saying this race of whoever is doing whatever, and then every time you see a member of that race, you think, that guy's a member of that race, no matter how subtle or how slightly you do, no matter if you catch yourself and you switch it over, it's still there. It's still living inside of you. No matter how much attention you give it, whether it's very faint or whatever, it's still there. You're still going to have to work with it. You're still going to have to come to understanding with it. You're still going to have to do something about it that changes it. Do you understand? You get what I'm saying? I mean, I try to tell people these things, they just don't listen to me. I guess they think I'm silly or I'm wrong. That couldn't be that. There must be something else. There must be another way I could force it. There must be another way I could grab onto it and throw it to the ground and just beat it into submission, you know, whatever it is. But you know, it's always been proven that we can't do it that way, that it really is ourselves. It's been proven, you know. Many people say this. It's not just me. I just present a kind of funny side to it. You know, I talk a little more politically or personally or whatever it is, you know. I don't just typical spiritual style, you know. But I do, you know, because everything is sacred and everything is pure and all things are spirit, if you wanted to call them spirit. The physical, the non-physical. You could call it all physical if you wanted, or you could call it all spiritual. I don't care. I'm not separating it with distinguishing. I say this for the means of communication and progress and communicating what could be deemed to be dual, but it's not dual. It's only one thing talking with itself. Giving is receiving, receiving is giving. It's the same thing. We just perceive it as something different because we've decided it's something different, and even that's not even seeing something different. So that's an interesting thing to think about. You mean my dualistic thought isn't dualistic? What do you mean? I've called it that. Well, yeah, I mean, you can call it that, and you can explain it as that, and I can understand how you distinguish it as that, but there's another way that actually is that you can't really distinguish it as that, in the same manner in which you are. So, that's fine, though, because you're like, but you're saying that I can and I can't. That's dual in itself. Oh, well, you know, that's your decision. If you want to call it that, that's how you want to be, you know. I'm saying that, you know, I'm not saying that black and white can't be exclaimed as black and white. But I'm saying that they're not different. They're not separate. They're not dual. They're the same as each other. No matter what they may look like. They're the same. Exactly the same. Oh yeah, different way, different way. That way. That way's easier. I just like to watch everybody, don't worry about me. Everybody's quite interesting to me, they're like a movie. Why do we do this, why do we do that? Oh, my feet are starting to hurt. Yeah, I'm kind of blistery actually. Because I've been standing on rocks for so long. Melt over talking with you. Well, that's good. Build me calluses then. That's what I need. Need to walk on the rocks all day, stand on the rocks all day. Don't need to sit very much. Need to stand. Need to move. Need to grow my muscles. Get strong again so I can do my dance again forever, for a long period. I mean, I could do my dance for a whole day, a whole night I guess already, but you know, to what extent, you know, is it still as powerful and as balanced as it was before? I mean, it can definitely be as balanced, definitely can be as powerful, if not more powerful. I opened a lot of energy centers up. But dang. You gotta make sure my body can endure it. Remember, I moved in all directions one time, almost immediately afterwards. My whole body was worn out, drained. Like, whoa, like I just torqued every one of my muscles in a manner they weren't prepared to be torqued in. Well, apparently they were prepared to be torqued in, but geez, to move that way all the time with the body is going to be tough. That's why I was in some really intense body training before I injured myself, you know. But hey, I needed to injure myself. I needed to feel the way that I felt that was going to cause me to be humbled in the way that I was and be routed back to the place that I was, you know, to let go in the way that I did. It's important. It's been a long time talking to you. Expressing all kinds of different stuff. Whoa! Well, alright, fine, I won't do it like that, I'll do it like that. Obviously. Oh. Walking around's fun. Walking on rocks is a good time. You guys don't walk on rocks. Fuck you. It reminds me of, if you don't shoot Big Red, then fuck you. There's Talladega Nights. Super funny stuff. Will Ferrell. I liked it when I was a kid, that's for sure. I was a funny guy. I'm gonna come at you like a spider monkey. You know, stuff like that. Super fun. Alright. Memories of old. Yeah. Hi there. So, they will never stop unless we change it within ourselves. The only way to do that is by being truly honest with ourselves. How are we going to change something within ourselves while we're continuously projecting that outward, acting like everybody else is at fault and it has nothing to do with us at all? I'm the only one that's righteous. I'm the only one that doesn't have this. And I look at all you stupid bastards. Oh, me and my race of people typically a lot of the time. We are all so good. Why are you identifying as a race of people? Why are you identifying as a singular culture? Why are you identifying as a human in these ways? You are a galactic being. You are a universal being. You are a being of all of consciousness. You are a limitless being that I couldn't even begin to actually label you truthfully about who you are with any word. Limitless is close. Unconditional love is pretty close for all beings everywhere without one exception. That has to be part of it. You know? Unconditional love that doesn't love every being everywhere without one exception is not true. It's unconditional love that's selfish and egoic. Unconditionally love only this one thing. The rest of you, fuck you. You know, it's not how unconditional love is. Unconditional love loves everything. And unconditional love is loving everything right now. You can see it. This may seem hard for you. You're like, no. What do you mean it's loving everything right now? It's like, no, it is. It's loving everything right now. Right now. Very beautiful. I just had to think about what I was going to eat tonight. I don't know. Wow. These did not get very dry. We're going to have to move those into the sun. Oh, my reptar arms. Alright, here we go. So, okay. Why love everything? Why do this? Well, if you care about the world at all, you have to do this. If you actually care about the world, if you don't just care about, you know, the things you hate and your ego reality, then you're going to need to start making some movements that make sense. And it's apparent that, you know, you're listening to this guy and that guy and the other guy and getting all caught up in this reality that everybody's saying, all fear-based style, all power-driven style, all fight style, fight this, fight that. I hear it all the time, the spiritual community. Let's fight something, let's do this. Okay, that makes no sense, but alright, you said you were very spiritual. Yes, we're mounting a fight right now. Okay. Let me know how that goes. Let me know if that goes well or not. Of course it's going to go well. It's a fight. Fights always go well. I'm the winner of all fights. It's like, oh, alright. Well, yeah, I train to fight every day. I never want to fight anybody because I'm a boss. It's really interesting stuff, you know. Like, okay, little fighter over there. Why is the world fighting itself? I don't know. Well, why you got a fighter inside of you? Why do you want to fight yourself so much? What do you mean? I don't want to fight myself. I just want to fight the people that are fighting themselves. Okay. Alright. We gotta stand up and fight. For what? For your beliefs or for his beliefs? Which ones? Which ones? Who do you want to win? Well, your beliefs are a little more pussy than his beliefs. You think so? You're a little more gentle. I think if you're going to stand up against somebody who's a fighter, you better be strong like him. You know, if you want to fight like that, you're going to have to get gruff. Yeah. Or use weapons or something. Yeah. Well, I'm not as ruthless as that guy. I'm not going to jump at him with my strong body and beat him down. I'm gonna stab him in the face. It's like, whoa, come on. I wouldn't do that. I'm too smart for that. Come on, why would I fight somebody? I'm gonna hit him with a bat. Like, oh shit. I'm gonna shoot him in the face with a gun. I don't believe in guns. I'm gonna get him systemically. I'm gonna write laws against them. All kinds of stuff. Whatever I do, it's all fight. How do I start fighting without fighting? Wait a minute. If I stop fighting, there's no fight happening. That's how you stop fighting. You stop fighting. That's simple as fuck. I can't believe that. Are you serious? I just stop fighting by stop fighting? If I stop fighting, and then he stops fighting, and she stops fighting, if we all just stop fighting, there won't be a fight happening. Is that what you're saying? If everything in the realm of duality is based on fight, attack, and defense, if we stop attacking and defending, then there will be nothing occurring that's dualistic or versus or fighting. Is that what you're saying? It's possible. You'd have to stop and find out. What is the wisdom of non-action? Why would we do this? Well, we act like we care. Well, we're gonna have to be really smart. You guys saying you're smart, intelligent. I mean, you guys probably read more books than I did. Smarter than me. Books-wise. Maybe you read too many books that clock in your mind, who knows? I just read the right books. No need for comparison. I didn't do anything the whole time. I just followed along. I just strolled down that river like a blowing leaf in the swarming, smoothing, swaying sea. It was nice too, man, floating around that river. It's that beautiful little leaf falling from that autumn tree. Goodness, it carried me a long way. All the way here today. Sitting here in front of you. Loving every one of you. Man, so at peace. Blowing this summer breeze. Woo! Man, the sun don't stop shining on me. Every day I learn more and more. I'm glad I didn't do this video up at the tent, man. This is so much nicer down here. Man, anybody gonna come join me? Man, I hope not. Well, sometimes I hope too, you know. It just depends. Maybe if you're cool. I don't know. If you're fake, you got judgment, you know, all these other things. Yeah, I can't like hanging out with me. I'm gonna call you out. I'm gonna tell you about it. I'm gonna try to prepare the ground so we can have an actual conversation about things of life and things that matter. I'm not really mundane in any kind of a way. I don't have a lot of time for that chitter-chatter unless I believe it's going somewhere. When I see us hitting dead ends, I'm gonna be like, oh shoot, you know. But hey man, you know, sometimes I have patience through those dead ends, and it just takes a little bit of time to open up the gateway. So if I can just work on myself through the amazing mirror that is you as my wisdom teacher, then I can learn to help everybody and have the patience necessary to be able to be compassionate and wise for any being that may come to me, you know, because sometimes, you know, beings are really tough, but I can help them too. Patience is what it takes. Remember my last videos? Patience. Those are good ones, man. Patience are good ones. We're almost out of time on this video. Oh, it's almost 33 minutes and 22 seconds again. Just almost, though. We got, you know, It's 30 minutes, just about. No. Just about. Yeah. 30. Yeah, it's pretty fun. So, we're still talking about how you're racist, prejudiced, and bigots. I just like talking about that. I really do. It's fun. I see you guys talking about that stuff all the time. And you guys love it. You guys are so big about it. You think you're so smart. You're like, ha 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 ha, look at me. I'm the smartest man in the world. I'm throwing out this sarcastic ass, roundabout, passive aggressive ass bullshit. And I think I'm just the most clever motherfucker in the world. Everybody's gonna love me for saying this. I love me for saying this. I love me for spreading this hate. I think that it's fucking super fun. It's unclear. It's not explaining itself very well. It's not transparent in any way. It doesn't come from a place of actual compassion. It just comes from a place of, you're dumb, I'm not. Let me show you this. I think that's really sweet. Yeah. I think that's really interesting that we would do that. You see what I'm saying? It's like, goodness, foul play, bro. Bad play. But that's okay. You know? It does disturb me some. I'm like, wow, this is pretty entertaining. Everybody hating each other this way, that way, and the other way. But right now it's between Biden and Trumpsky. And what? It's crazy, man. Look, how can you guys even fight each other over such a ridiculous thing? How can you look at these two candidates and think to yourself, I'm gonna fight my neighbor about whether they like one of these guys or not? How can you guys even vote? I mean, it should be painfully obvious that it does not matter. I mean, what do you think is going to happen? What could be worse? Which one of them's going to do worse? Like, what do you mean? You're just tired of hearing that guy talk, I guess. You're going to listen to this guy. But he might be a crazy, weird pedophile, whatever, you know, based on what everybody's saying, propaganda style, you know. The other guy might be too, you know, based on what everybody else is saying, propaganda style. I mean, what are you guys thinking? Are you gonna fight your neighbor about this? Why? I don't understand. I mean, I guess if you're an intelligent person, you just gotta be like, fuck, I'm in the Stone Ages. I thought I was in the year 2020, but apparently I'm in medieval times. With some people that just like ain't learned nothing. They don't even know that the world's round right now. They're thinking it's flat and shit. Which I'm even thinking, well, you know, I'm intelligent.